All right, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and subscribers from all over the world, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, hardship in Nigeria continues, and Nigerians who predicted harder days ahead have been proven right. The numbers are not encouraging at all. The naira in the last 2 weeks has been experiencing very serious decline against the dollar. It currently sits at $1 to 1,660 naira, and the prospect of hitting $1 to 2,000 naira before December is no longer in doubt. And of course, you know that a fall in naira against the dollar is always accompanied by massive inflation. That is why the country is in a total mess right now. But instead of looking for ways, to ameliorate the problems, the government of the day has decided to compound the problems. They started by proposing an increase in value-added tax from 7.5% to 10%, an increase that would see the prices of every single product in the market go up. And shortly after that, NNPC increased the price of petrol from 617 naira to 897 naira per liter, a move that worsened the scarcity of petrol in Nigeria. Then they began increasing school fees. Many government-owned schools in Nigeria began to double and triple their fees in some other cases amidst the hardship, and it even led to a serious protest in the University of Ibadan, where they had to close the school down for 3 weeks. And just few days ago, the governor of Lagos State, SANWO, raised public boarding house fees from 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira. This move received serious criticisms ever since it was announced. And few hours ago, parents stormed the street to protest against the hike in fees by SANWO. And just as Nigerians were yet talking about the protest by Lagos parents, NNPC announced the amount they bought petrol from Dangote refinery, and the price per liter broke the hearts of the gullible Nigerians who had faith in the APC. Before I show you that protest and NNPC statement on Dangote petrol price, let me quickly show you this video. And as you watch, just imagine that this is going to be the everyday situation in this country henceforth. See the video.
The ever-busy Michael Okpara Square in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, now a shadow of itself as many car owners have abandoned them due to the over 100% increase in price of fuel. Operators and commuters expressed frustration at this development, calling for government immediate intervention in the interest of the poor Nigerians who are struggling to cope with the rising cost of fuel and the ripple effect on other essential commodities. The rich also cry as fuel prices in Abia State now go as high as 1,280 naira to 1,300 naira, depending on the market.
The number of cars have reduced because so many people now have parked their cars. Now, more of the keke because their business, they can't stop doing their business.
My keke, before with 1,001, I will fill my keke, but now with 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira, I fill it now.
Everybody is complaining. Even, okay, I used to ride town to OLU. If you tell them to pay 400 naira, they can't be able to afford it. They are pricing 300, and it's not. Even if we collect the 300, we cannot meet up with the price we are buying the fuel.
These price cycle operators in Umuahia, Thompson Gabriel, however, said he just bought a liter of fuel for 1,500 naira, which he may not be able to recover. Talk more, a profit at the end of the day.
So what you can see here the...
Come first.
This is 1,500.
Come now.
In fact, as I bought this fuel 1.5 now, I may not even get that 1.5 now. The fuel will just finish. So the condition we are now is very painful. All the Nigerians now are suffering. People are dying on daily basis, weekly basis. Go to mortuary now. Corpses are filled up mortuaries because of hunger.
He is not alone in the situation, as this car owner, Emmanuel Egu, is appealing for divine intervention as people are already losing their lives due to frustration.
People like us that are investors, I'm into hotel business. How do we survive it? How can we now grow the economy? The thing is not funny any longer. I pray that God hears our cry. God, if he can come down from heaven, I think it's time for him to come down now, come to our rescue. Because human beings has actually dealt with us. What we cost for ourselves, we have actually inflicted upon ourselves hardship that is unbearable. The common man, the rich, the average, everybody is complaining.
You saw that. Now that is the situation in Abia State right now. Last week I brought you reports from Kaduna and Kano on this same fuel price. And then I brought you the protests from Kwara State, from Niger State. We are all in this together. Every tribe, every religion. No one is exempted. And with NNPC statement on how much they bought petrol from Dangote refinery, it is obvious that we are heading for 1,500 to 2,000 naira per liter. So all the drivers we saw in the video we just watched will start going through worse situations in few weeks to come. And it simply means transport costs will increase and more SMEs will collapse. According to the president of the Association of Small Businesses in Nigeria, 8 million small businesses have already collapsed under Tinubu. And all that happened when fuel was below 650 naira per liter. So you can imagine what the case will be in the next 3 months in this country. The APC is out to take Nigeria out. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at the details of the protest by parents in Lagos over the increase of school fees and the statement by NNPC on the price of Dangote petrol per liter. Let's begin with the protest in Lagos State. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: parents protest at Lagos Model College, Eva Adelaja School, over 186% hike in feeding fees. Reporters: parents of boarding students at Eva Adelaja Girls Grammar School in Bariga, Lagos State, are protesting against the state government's recent increase in feeding fees from 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira. The school is one of the model colleges in the state. The protest, which began on Sunday, has a large group of parents storming the school area, chanting slogans and demanding an immediate reversal of the fee hike. They have insisted that their awards will not resume until their demands are met. Defying the scheduled resumption, the parents pledged to continue the protest until the government relents. Some of the parents voiced their frustrations, with one of them saying, "Why do you want to keep our children at home? Don't keep our children at home. We can't afford this money. This money is too much. Our children want to go to school. Solidarity forever. We will always fight for our rights. We want free education. Economy is biting on everybody. It is not done anywhere, and it is not going to happen from 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira, some of the protesters said. Meanwhile, reporters earlier reported that the parents of students attending Lagos model colleges had threatened that their children would boycott the school over a recent hike in boarding fees. The parents therefore demanded the reversal of the 200% increase in boarding fees. According to the Parents Forum, the awards will not resume for the new academic session until the hike in boarding fees is reversed. In a statement issued on Saturday night, the chairman of the Parents Forum of Lagos Model College, Surveyor Dapo Dawodu, lamented the greed behind the increment. He said, "We have witnessed in the last 24 hours an avalanche of outpouring of extreme disdain, anguish, and deep frustration at the mindless and provocative 200% increment of boarding fees for our children by the mindlessly corrupt officers of the Lagos State Ministry of Education. And it was most unfortunate that the unbridled greed of these enemies of the good people of Lagos State were given their leeway by the leadership of the ministry. To be clear, The fee of 100,000 naira per term when paid in a school of 1,000 students translates to 100 million naira in the purse of the school principal to feed the children within just 3 months. Recall that for this same exercise, the same principal had carried same out for less than 35 million naira previously. Downscaling, in a school of 500 students, a principal wants to spend 50 million naira for an exercise that was achieved previously below 17.5 million paid by parents. If our honorable commissioner is not scandalized at this, we parents find it exceedingly odious. In order to improve the feeding and welfare of our children in these schools, we had proposed a good scheme of feeding and welfare analysis in February 2024 to the ministry, which they have not been able to fault till date. You heard that. Now, those were parents of students of one of the public schools in Lagos, Lagos Model College, Eva Adelaja to be precise. The parents stormed the school to protest the hike in fees. But this is beyond the principal, because they were talking about the principal and the commissioner for education. This is beyond these guys. The governor, SANWO, is the brain behind that increase. They want to have more money to steal. That is what they are doing. The parents of the students designed a good plan to improve the feeding and welfare of their children. The school couldn't fault the plan, but because that plan was conservative, that would just cost a little more than what they were doing before. They trashed the plan, kept it aside, and decided to announce a dubious 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira increment. But look at how Nigerians reacted to the protest by these parents. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. And this tweet here by Chief Ajiji says, "Let me reiterate, things will get so tough. Tinubu will make sure of that. Brace up, increase your sources of income." Is it easy to do that in this kind of dead economy? And this tweet here by Popola O Hassan says, "Irresponsible and useless individuals in positions taxing the poor for them to steal. Oh Allah, Nigerians are oppressed by tyrants. Therefore, come to our aid. Descend on them heavy punishment on this earth. May they suffer punishment by fire as recompense for their tyranny and cruelties." Have we not prayed enough? And this tweet here by Optimistic says, "Give them rice, they will return to their home. Rice is the solution." Of course, that is the only solution that APC has to all problems. Rice, rice, and rice again. And this tweet here by Femi Olukayode says, "Make them share rice for them." Oh, Kayode is mocking them there. Wow. Earlier today, I was speaking about the attack on our educational sector by the APC. As you can see here, this is a government taking direct decisions, making concerted effort to keep students away from school, to keep students out of school. The National Secretary of the Parents Teachers Association, PTA, was speaking on Arise a few days ago, and he confirmed that there is already massive surge in the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria because of the hike in petrol price. Now in Lagos State, SANWO is going directly increasing fees to keep students out of school. Last year, UNESCO said Nigeria had over 18 million out-of-school children. Any serious government would avoid anything that could increase that number, even if you claim not to have the resources to reduce the number. But these APC guys, they have the resources with which they can reduce the number. They have embezzled the whole resources. Now they are going ahead to even increase the number by looking for more money to embezzle. What a shame. Now, let us look at that statement from the NNPC concerning the petrol purchased from the Dangote refinery. Earlier this morning, when they announced that their trucks were already at the Dangote refinery, we told Nigerians that no matter what happens, Dangote is going to sell to them between 850 to 900 naira. Some people said, why are we talking like that? We are being pessimistic. Now they have purchased and they have come out with a statement on how much they bought. Look at how the papers reported it. Dangote refinery sold us petrol at 898 naira per litre, says Nigerian oil company NNPC. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced its fuel purchase from Dangote Refinery at a rate of 898 naira per litre. NNPCL dispatched about 300 trucks to the 650,000 barrels per day capacity refinery in Lagos on Saturday, with loading operations commencing on Sunday. Spokesperson for the NNPCL, Olufemi Soneye, on Sunday told Daily Trust the company bought the fuel at 898 naira per litre, contrary to reports claiming 760 naira. We successfully loaded PMS at the Dangote refinery today. The claim that we purchased it at 760 naira per litre is incorrect. For this initial loading, the price from the refinery was 898 naira per litre, he said. Vital Exchange here says, sad reality, Nigeria can never get better. And Tallest Black Man here says, be like saying a collabo them duo. If una buy 898 naira, how much una go sell after una comot transportation, pay workers and other logistics? And this tweet here says, so prepare to buy at over 1,000 naira. And he quoted those who were saying this. Dangote Refinery and market forces will crash the price. Then he blasted them. He said, delusional moronic idiots who should have their voting rights withdrawn are posing as public commentators and analysts in Nigeria. That is it. When they sit down on TV and they say all those things, they speak as if they have one extra knowledge. But we will be here correcting them because this is the truth with Ben Jokes. This is where we say it as it is. We call it as it is. We don't mince words here. We said it from the very beginning that it is not only about refinery. The honesty that is required for Nigerians to buy petrol cheap is not yet available. Even if you have 10 refineries, we will still continue to buy expensive because those in power have refineries outside Nigeria, and petrol importation is the biggest way through which they make their money. So they will make sure that any refinery on ground in Nigeria does not sell cheap. And that is why we keep telling Nigerians that to get out of this quagmire, we must come together, put our sentiments aside, and kick the APC out of power, enthrone men whose hearts beat for the people. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go away.